last time we planted in sheet mulch.
Right.
This time we're going to plant in organic mulch.
Right. We're going to start out, we're going to plant our tomato plant first.
All right.
So we're going to plant it right here. And this is a technique I learned from Joe Ellen.
Okay, yeah.
You know, but
which does work.
Yep. But we're just going to move the mulch out of the way.
Okay.
Dig a hole.
All right. So do we need to look for the irrigation line?
Our irrigation line's right here.
Okay, good.
With the sheet mulch, it was an issue because we were using a knife or a flame to cut through the mulch, and so we didn't want to cut our irrigation line. This is a little less of a big deal. Like this isn't going to break the irrigation line.
No.
So anyway, and when I scoot it apart, I'm going to be able to see it anyway.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and dig our hole right here and grab a tomato plant.
Right.
So yep, these are determinate plants. They're better bush. We picked determinate because we have a smaller space to grow in here.
Okay.
So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to plant this a little deeper than the pot because all the little hairs on the side of a tomato, those all turn into roots if they're below the soil. So I'm going to do that now. Yep, let's go ahead and push the mulch up around it. Now, if you notice, the tomato plant looks a little buried. It'll grow through it.
Yeah, it will.
It's fine. And then also later on this season, we'll once the tomato plant's foot tall or something, that we can put more mulch up against it. It's not going to be that big of a deal.
No.
But one of the great things about all of these mulches is that they're going to help keep the soil from splashing up on the tomato plant when it rains. So hopefully they're really going to cut down on our fungus problems on tomato plants, which is a huge problem around here.
It's a huge problem. Blight,
Yep.
They're one of the major diseases of tomatoes.
Yep.
It'll be interesting to see.
Yep, so let's go down here and we're going to go ahead and plant our peppers. Okay. So same thing, we'll plant one there and we'll plant one here. We're going to plant these a little closer together because they're not going to grow as big. So we'll just let's go ahead and put this one in. Now these we want to plant at the same level that they were in the pot.
Got it.
So we'll just do that, and then the same thing, we just kind of push the mulch up around it. These are smaller, so we're going to have to leave a little bigger of a hole. We'll just put it in. Okay. We now need to do our plants that are seeds. So these are going to be a little bit different because we're going to have to create, we have to bury them in a trench. They're seeds. So we can't put the mulch over it. We're going to have to leave the mulch open until they start growing, and then we can push the mulch up.
Got it.
So we're going to put our watermelons here against the, let's do a little bit better job with the mulch there. We're going to do our watermelons against the center here. Reason being that if we do it against the center, then they can run into our pathways. So they have a little bit more space to run. And also I'm wearing gloves. I noticed this because I have to do some fine dexterity work here, but when you're dealing with these organic mulches, that's going to get pretty pokey.
Yes, it is.
And where you think, oh, well, it's just pine needles. Yeah, but when you handle it for a while, it's going to tear your hands up a little bit.
Sure will.
But at the same time, it tears your hands up, but it also does the same to a lot of insects, especially slugs and snails. So this bed, I will just tell you right now, this bed will be slug and snail free because any slug and snail that tries to come in here is going to get torn up by the little spines on the...
They will not want to come across this.
No. Now we're leaving this open.
We're gonna leave it open, right.
So that they can germinate and we can see what's going on.
Okay.
Once they come up, then we'll go ahead and push the mulch up around them.
Got it.
Now the beans here.
You're still doing 2 rows, right?
Yep, we're going to do 2 rows of beans, and I'm going to kind of be a little lazy here, and I'm going to go ahead and just clear the whole area as opposed to trying to clear two narrow rows in this. So once again, though, once they sprout, we'll pull the mulch back up.
Got it.
So drag it line here.
I'll give you those back.
Okay. If you wouldn't mind covering those up for me.
Yeah, I will.
Okay, and we got the irrigation going right down the middle of it. Keep them watered. Okay, so we're done here in this area, and we're going to go ahead and move on to the shredded mulch.
Right.
This is going to be a lot the same as that. We're just going to pull the mulch apart. We're going to plant through in the holes and cover it up as best we can with the seeds we can't.
Got it.
So let's go ahead and do that.
And the thing about the shredded, bark mulch, a lot of homeowners use this kind of mulch. So definitely want to see what's going to happen here.
let's move on here to the cardboard. So this is definitely a different kind of mulch.
It's gonna be different.
Yep. So we've got some dirt on it that is going to hold it down when the wind blows. We also have some cinder blocks. So two different ways that you can hold it down.
Okay.
With this, we're going to go ahead, we're going to put our tomato over there. We're going to put our 2 peppers over here.
Okay.
But I'm going to have to cut through it. Now, in the middle here, we have 2 layers of cardboard because they overlap a little bit. But this is going to be
using the cross.
I'm still using a cross. I'm probably going to do a little more of a diamond-y sort,
but
diamond, circle, something along those lines. And I got through one of them.
It's good. It's a good cut. Oh.
And there's the other. Okay, so yeah, we had our irrigation line there.
Yeah.
Hope I didn't hit it.
Yeah. Hope you didn't.
The bigger the hole you cut, the more chance there is for weeds. So you want to cut small holes. That just means it's harder to work through the hole, but it means the weeds. It's harder for the weeds to grow through the hole too.
That's what we want.
We picked this up at a construction site, and it had been in a big rainstorm.
Oh,
so it was already, you know, you can already see it starting to separate a little bit, but
it's pre-soaked.
Yeah, pre-soaked. But it'll hold together well enough.
Yeah.
So there's another method that's similar to this, which is to put down newspaper. And if you think about it, newspaper is just cardboard that's already fallen apart. So
I hadn't thought about it like that, but you're right.
Yeah. So you know, the cardboard's going to fall apart, but it'll do just fine. Now, something I am noticing here is that we notice we're on our hands and knees right here.
Yeah.
And it's more comfortable to work that way. When we were on the pine straw and the shredded wood, you can't go down on your knees.
Yeah. This is our tomato.
Tomato here, yep. And there we go.
The tomato's gonna be just fine.
Yeah, tomato will be good. Just like we did with the plastic mulch, we're just going to cut a long slit. Now with this one, though, we're gonna have to open it up a little bit.
You don't feel the irrigation line, do you?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, you're good.
I don't know if it's here somewhere.
Yeah, we're good.
4 and 5.
Those camouflage so well.
Yeah, they do. With the beans here, I could do 2 slits, like kind of like watermelon size, or I could do 1 slit that's just double wide. I think I'm going to go for the 1 slit.
Okay.
Since these are going to be 4 inches apart, we're going to put one right on this edge and one right on the other edge.
Okay. And as you're doing that, Peter, as you can see, you already have a little.
Yep. We got little weeds.
Weed seedlings.
Yep. We're doing all these different mulches. We also are doing what in science we call a control group.
Yeah.
So we're doing a section that doesn't have mulch. And so if you could grab the plants over there for us. So this area doesn't have mulch.
Okay.
We will be keeping track of how much time we spend weeding each of these plots. That's one of the things that we're going to track this year.
I think that's going to be neat.
And so my guess is that this is going to take the most weeding time.
It's going to take the most weeding.
But who knows? Let's find out.
We'll see.
There's our tomato. And then we'll put a bell pepper right here. Yep, so now we have our 6 test beds planted.
Yes.
So we will see which mulch, I don't want to say does best, which mulches do well. Because I think we're going to see a couple of different good performers.
I think we will, but it's also going to be neat to see how long it takes to weed,
Yes.
you know, these plots. So I think that's going to be good. Thank you, Peter. Appreciate that.
Thanks.